A very good evening from the WA State Futsal Centre in Bibra Lake, Western Australia. Second semi-final of the Nike WA State Futsal League coming up. It will be Brazajinga, who finished second, taking on South Fremantle Futsal Club, who finished third. I'm Ashley Morrison, and looking forward to bringing you all of the action in this second semi-final. We've just had an absolute humdinger of a semi-final, the first semi-final, where fourth place Murdoch Warriors defeated the defending champions Cambio Cumbre in extra time 8-5. This game may not be quite so tight, but it's worth noting that South Fremantle have scored 85 goals this season. That's the third best in the competition. Cambio Cumbre, who finished top, scored 97, and South Metro scored 93. They finished sixth on the ladder because they conceded 100 goals, so not so good for them. Tobias Gunnarsson is the captain of South Fremantle, wearing the black strip, and Victor Browner is the captain of Brazajinga. Browner, who's got his right quadricep heavily strapped, was under a little bit of doubt coming into this match, but has decided that he will play and hopefully can make the final tomorrow. Victor Browner was telling me before the game that maybe age is beginning to catch up with him. I don't think so. Coming into this game, in their last 5 matches, Brazajinga have drawn 1, and then they won the next 4 games. South Fremantle, well, it's been topsy-turvy for them. They won 1, lost 2, won 1, drew 1. All that matters tonight is that they get a W next to their name so they can play off for the final. Second versus third. Brazajinga in the white and blue. South Fremantle in the black. Who will meet the Murdoch Warriors in tomorrow's grand final? Brazajinga, get us underway. Oscar Pitt playing the ball out of play early on. Gunnarsson to Vojdani. Vojdani to Gunnarsson again, stolen by Browner. Strong challenge between the two captains. Gunnarsson comes up with the ball. Oscar Pitt plays it out wide, comes back to Diego Garcia. Browner's pass up the sideline, finding Calazans, who's sporting a little bit of facial hair that he didn't have in the last season's finals. Gunnarsson just helping it forward. Pitt steals it back. Browner tested, coming forward. It's a good bit of play. It's a great save in the end, and scrambling to get it back was Sebastian Bernhard. Calazans, Gunnarsson everywhere at the moment. 23-year-old for South Fremantle, wearing the captain's armband. Studying chiropractic at Murdoch University. Zabonya to Vojdani. Gunnarsson. Zabonya. Short pass for Gunnarsson. Managed to get it though. Space opens up and Bernhard had to save with his legs. It's almost like a parting of the Red Sea, the defence for Brazajinga there. Gunnarsson shoots again. Goes into Oscar Pitt's chest. Quick switch of players as Tiago Mesquita comes on, wearing the number 6. Crossed the goal it came, unable to get a touch for South Fremantle was Luke Tidy. Luke Tidy, a member of the State Futsal League All-Star team. Vojdani shoots just over the bar. Cautious start. Mesquita. Garcia back to Browner. Calazans into the chest of Gunnarsson. Garcia Gunnarsson, strong challenge, stayed on his feet. Garcia leaving the ball behind. Diego Garcia, Victor Browner and Thiago Mesquita all played for Victorian Vipers a while ago, as we see the shot coming in and sailing high and wide, but plenty of space was left for Zabonya. Gunnarsson intercepts, tidy, brings the ball under control for South Fremantle. Tidy again, short pass to Vojdani. Gunnarsson with space, tidy. Vojdani lifts his shot high again. Thrown all the way forward. Patient build-up. Mesquita leaves it for Browner. Garcia. First time passing from Brazajinga. Rolled back to Browner. Thiago Mesquita. Calazans. Browner shows again and gives straight back to Calazans. Garcia. Browner again. Browner tries a shot deflected. Crucial save by Alex Versace. Hoping it's Alex Versace, no number on the shirt, so hard to tell for us up here. In fact, it's Frank Del Rosso, my apologies. There is a number on his shirt, couldn't see it before. Frank Del Rosso replaced the injured Brad Kneebone, but couldn't save that, and it's first blood to Thiago Mesquita with an outrageous shot from just on halfway. I think Del Rosso was just taken by surprise. So 5 minutes gone. And it's 1-0 to Brazajinga. Cambio Cumbre were 1-0 up after 3 minutes in their semi-final and ended up losing. So we'll see whether scoring first is a good thing in this second game. Rob Fitnia-Janis coming on. Aerial pass, looking for Martino. Grabbed by Del Rosso. Finds Vojdani. No one in support for him. Has to go back and feed Galami. Vojdani again. To Tidy. Vojdani shaping to go on his right foot. Galani has to go back to Vojdani again. Tidy tries to carry his team over halfway. Vojdani had just moved when the pass came in. So South Fremantle cough up possession. Victor Mesquita wearing number 4 on now for Brazajinga. Well, that was a crucial intercept coming from Victor Mesquita, because coming in was Nata Narong, player who had 2 seasons with Hammond Park. Vojdani, first time shot, leaning back with the side foot, lifted it over the bar. Two Mesquitas combining well. Thiago manages to find Martino. Back to Thiago, he now finds Victor. Thiago Mesquita. Calazans making him work a little bit. Pass was behind him, lifted forward to Fitnia-Janis. Given away. Galami hits the turf. Strong challenge coming in from Victor Methgita. Narong. Step over from him, slides the ball across the face of goal. Bernard just watching it roll out of play. Please, no one was coming in at the back post. 8 minutes gone, still 1-0 in favour of Brazajinga in the white. Martino. Fast footwork from Martino, not getting him anywhere. Galami intercepts, and they get the decision. Momo Galami, wearing number 14, was playing for Longobarda Futsal before he joined South Fremantle. On the ball now, finds Nata Narong. Narong turns but can't get past the solid figure of Oscar Pitt. Galami looking for teammate at the back post, which was Liam Cunningham. Ringing the changes, South Fremantle, certainly rotating their substitutes off the roof. South Fremantle get another chance. They're not panicking yet. 1-0 down. Narong on the right-hand flank, takes a tumble this time, goes over the top of the foot of Victor Methgita. Cross it comes, Narong just deflecting it away from goal. Fitnia Janis, oh dear, just hooking that ball out of play. Narong back to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson plays it straight into the Brazajinga player, comes back to him now. Narong had to get a touch there. He was being closed down by Fitnia Janis. Fitnia Giannis on the ball now, robbed by Gunnarsson. Strong challenge comes in, too strong according to the referee. Free kick will go the way of Gunnarsson. Making his way forward, Mario Zabonya. Short pass, comes back to Zabonya, tries a shot. Well, Bernard knew very little about that. Came off his leg, which was in a long barrier position. But it was a good position because it stopped the ball going into the back of the net. But he would have seen that very late if he saw it at all. Gunnarsson finding Zabonya. Ostojic, strong challenge. Does he get the decision? No, Fitnia Giannis gets the decision. Browner back on, directing traffic, makes his way forward behind the wall. Goes out wide, comes back to Diego Garcia. Fitnia Giannis calling for the ball, got it late, gives it to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson just getting a nudge in the back. Fitnia Giannis gonna have to just be careful. Zabonya trying to turn, but not enough space to do so, and Brazajinga come up with the ball once more. Fitnia Giannis takes a shot, good save from Del Rosso through a crowded pitch in front of him. Would have seen that very late. Browner down the left-hand flank as the ball deflects off the defender. Zabonya just letting it drop onto the ground. 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Brazajinga leading by 1-0 against South Fremantle in the black. Calazans. Browner cleans up again for Brazajinga. Little sway of the hips. Gets the shot away with his left foot, but just over the top of Frank Del Rosso's goal. Zabonya comes out to Tobias Gunnarsson. Plays it down the left-hand flank, looking for the run of Liam Cumming. Calazans to Browner. Such a key combination for Brasajinga. Thiago Mesquita looking for Diego Garcia. Garcia not happy with the pass. Zabonya jinking one way, then the other, and then almost running into trouble as Browner looked to close him down, and Gunnarsson's pass, well, he's saying there was nothing on. Mesquita to Diego Garcia. Garcia clips the ball to Calazans. Calazans does well to keep possession. Calazans does even better to lift it over Del Rosso. And that is 2-0 to Brasajinga. What a finish from Pedro Calazans. He did well to evade the challenge. He did even better to lift it over the goalkeeper and under the crossbar. 2-0 to Brasajinga. 14 minutes gone in the first half. This is for a place in the Nike WA State Futsal League Grand Final. Murdoch Warriors have secured their place, beating the league ladder winners, Cambio Cumbre. Good skills from Vojdani. Gunnarsson plays it into Garcia. Zabonya takes a touch, looked as if he was going to shoot, then thought better of it. Feeds Mason Vojdani, didn't bring the ball under control. Victor Browner closed down by Gunnarsson, and that was a good challenge from Gunnarsson. The worrying thing for Brasajinga was Browner grabbing his thigh immediately after that challenge came in. Vojdani lays it back to Luke Tidy, to Vojdani again. Gunnarsson looking to clip it forward for Vojdani. For Tidy rather. Calazans though had done well to follow him. It comes across the goal. Zabonya just arriving too late to get on the end of Tidy's pass. Vojdani being closed down. Garcia did really well. Garcia draws the foul as well. Diego Mesquita, who'd made a run into the circle, was convinced he was going to get a goal then. Hence the wry smile when Garcia hit the deck. Plenty of Portuguese being spoken by the Brazilian players. All the way across, almost taking out the young fans on the far side of the pitch. Luke Tidy makes his way across. Zabonya. Short pass to Vojdani. Two Brasajinga players in front of him, and it's played into him by Thiago Mesquita. Garcia lopes forward, gives the ball to Browner, and then just doubles back to help him out. Browner loses out to Zabonya. Zabonya lifts the ball across, but that was good goalkeeping. Sebastian Bernhard getting back really quickly and jumping high. Given away again, this time by Garcia. Gunnarsson, though, unable to capitalise for South Fremantle. Vojdani looks to feed Zabonya. Touch was a hard one from him, and Calazans saw enough of the ball to put it out of play. To the back post. Vojdani should score, but normally so lethal in that area. Bernhard knocking the goal as the shot came in. Well, Vojdani, usually a goal short scoring machine. He's 22 years old now, Mason Vojdani. Unable to get around the back of Victor Mesquita on that occasion. Fed Thiago. Narong, heavily strapped right leg from Nata Narong. Short pass to Tidy from Narong. Almost played Tidy into a little bit of trouble, but he did well. Vojdani looking for the return pass to Narong. Narong got the shot away. Couldn't hit the target though. It was a good 1.5 feet wide of Bernard's goal. Clipped forward, Fitney Janis, well, that's a brilliant save by Del Rosso, coming off his line quickly. Frank Del Rosso celebrated his birthday not that long ago, July the 24th, with a Brazilian dinner at a Brazilian restaurant in Subiaco. So not only does he like the Brazilian game of futsal, he likes the food as well. Martino robbed by Gunnarsson, chance to score. Coming out quickly was Bernard to close down once more for Brazajinga and keep his team in the match. Vojdani tries a shot. This time it's a strong block from Oscar Pitt. Del Rosso to Tidy. Nata Narong. Tidy with a good run forward, brings it down on his chest. Closely watched by Oscar Pitt. Vojdani tackled, but the ball went straight to Gunnarsson. Nata Narong, strong challenge in the back of him. Well, two of them actually. First one coming from Martino, second one from Victor Mesquita. And I say strong because Victor Mesquita is a personal trainer at Jets Fitness Centres. Here he is again, another solid challenge from him. Luke Tidy though cleans up at the back. We're in the final minute of the first half. Brazajinga leading by 2-0 in this second semi-final. Fitney Janis does well to come back, and he takes out a few fans against the wall. Tidy, short pass to Vojdani. Vojdani into Oscar Pitt. Del Rosso, 40 seconds remaining, plays it forward. Fitney Giannis, well, a telescopic leg coming round Vojdani then. When you're as tall as him though, you can do that. Tidy almost getting a shot. Mesquita makes his way forward. Del Rosso does well. Came out to the top of his area. Now Vojdani to Gunnarsson. Needs to come back. Brilliant defending from Fitney Janis. Great save from Bernard. Well, what a counter-attack that was from South Fremantle. Great recovery though from Brazajinga. Vojdani tries a shot. Deflected out of play by Oscar Pitt. 3 seconds remaining. They've got to take the corner quickly if they want to get it in. The whistle goes, and that is the end of the first half. And it is Brazajinga who go into the break with a 2-0 lead. Tiago Mesquita scoring from the halfway line after 5 minutes. And then Pedro Calazans with an outrageous shot. Beat the defender as he slid in and then lifted it over the goalkeeper and under the crossbar to make it 2-0 in the 14th minute. Score at half-time, Brazajinga 2, South Fremantle 0. Welcome back to the WA State Futsal Centre here in Bibra Lake, Western Australia. Second half of the second semi-final between Brazzajinga and South Fremantle about to get underway. South Fremantle wearing the black strip, trailing by 2-0 against Brazzajinga. These two teams finishing second and third on the ladder. Brazzajinga were second, South Fremantle were third. They've got it all to do in the second half. Can they find an early goal to make their job a little bit easier? Liam Cumming trying to get them off to a good start. Diego Garcia back to Tiago Mezquita. Calazans, strong hip-to-hip challenge, deflected and kept in play well. Pedro Calazans, who used to play for North Fremantle Sharks. Diego Garcia. He's played for Fremantle Mutakama. He was also in the state team as well. Plenty of experience. Great chance coming forward. Garcia with an audacious back heel which went wide. I think Del Rosso would have probably had it covered. He was a long way out of his goal. Galami to Narong. Cumming trying to turn it. Not sure if Cumming was holding Mezquita or Mezquita was holding Cumming. Narong. Galami finds Cumming again. Cumming tries to drill a shot goalwards. Now he's on the retreat, keeping the ball under control. Cumming again to Zabonya. Leaves it for Momo Galami, who tries a shot just over the halfway line. Bernard launches it forward. Diego Garcia unable to bring it down. Gets the thumbs up though to his goalkeeper for picking him out. Cumming looking to whip across in. Desperate defending on that occasion. Coming from Tiago Mezquita. Shot again from Galami. This time he puts it just wide of the other upright. Bernard throws it to nobody in particular. Could tell he was looking for Garcia, but it had way too much on it, and the throw was not really under control. Zabonya. Cumming tries a shot into the legs of Tiago Mezquita. Zabonya lifts it forward. Cumming challenges hard with Mezquita again, knocks it down to Narong. Narong and Zabonya, well, they didn't collide. It's clear what they were doing. Cumming giving a very awkward ball by Narong. And in fact, Brazzajinga come up with it. Calazans. Short pass to Garcia. Holds off two South Fremantle players. Then feeds Tiago Mezquita. Good pass from him, finds Oscar Pitt. Back to Garcia. Mezquita again. Closed down. Garcia plays it out wide. Pitt coming back to help out. Garcia clips the ball over the top and it runs through to Del Rosso. Narong. Good pass. Galami. Will he get the space for a shot? It was just running away from him all the time. Unable to release the safety catch. Just felt having put one side of the goal, one the other. Galami was sure to hit the target on that occasion. Tidy. Nathan Narong to Momo Galami. Luke Tidy helping out. Galami's made a good run, cut out by Mezquita. Whoa, strong challenge from Garcia, then turns away, shoots, and drills the ball into Narong. Nathan Narong, though, quickly back to his feet. Diego Garcia. Strong physical presence, Garcia. To Browner. Garcia holding the ball up well. Back to Browner. Out to Oscar Pitt. Browner trying to get the better of Narong. Garcia comes back and helps out. Narong gets a touch. It ricochets to Garcia. Went into Zabonya in a very delicate area, and immediately he wants to take a little break on the sideline. Can't say I blame him. clipped ahead. Oh, and Oscar Pitt letting the ball run. Claims it got a touch off Del Rosso. Corner has been awarded. Comes back to Browner. Browner, though, unable to bring it under control. Just labouring a little bit with that injured quadricep. Back heel was from Mesquita, but it went to Tidy. Tidy to Gunnarsson. Tidy shoots, hits the post. Well, that was a great chance for South Fremantle. If that had gone in, they were back in the game at 2-1. Hits the post, and maybe they get a few doubts that luck isn't on their side tonight. Browner, Tidy with a strong challenge. Browner manages to keep going. Narong puts his body on the line to block Browner's effort. Victor Mesquita back to Browner. Browner always very happy to go backwards with the ball. Thiago Mesquita. Now his brother Victor trying to get in there. Narong manages to somehow hold them up and still keep himself in a vertical position. Martino and Browner combining. Browner runs towards Narong. Tidy closes him down. Browner getting plenty of touch. Martino. Fitnigianis. Martino back to Browner again. Browner now takes on Narong. Tidy does well with the ball on the ground and his body on the ground as well. Comes to Browner. Narong in front of him again. Tidy closes down. Martino receives the ball from Browner. It's squared up to Fitnigianis. Martino ran into good space. Fitnigianis made a good run. Tidy blocks Martino again. Fitnigianis feeds it to Browner. Browner will try. No, he won't. Long range shot. Mesquita does, though. That was Victor, and he wins a corner for Brazajinga. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Still 2-0 in favour of Brazajinga. Adriano Martino to Victor Mesquita. Browner, it's gone out of play. Vojdani waiting for the ball. Mason Vojdani feeds it across to Stefan Ostojic. Ostojic moves forward, and Vojdani's pass to Gunnarsson is behind the captain of South Fremantle. Gunnarsson, originally hailing from Sweden, comes from Morup. Has a population of just 259 inhabitants. So probably most of his hometown would know who Tobias Gunnarsson is. Browner, good pass, finds Fitnigianis. Browner again. Martino, super pass from him. Is it going to loop in? What a save from Gunnarsson. Well, it looked as if Victor Mesquita had done enough, but Gunnarsson came back from under the bar, just hooked the ball away. So South Fremantle still 2-0 down with just under 12 minutes remaining. Still have a lifeline. 3-0 would have made it very difficult. Browner pushed back by Cumming. Victor Mesquita tries a long-range shot, drills it into the back of Vojdani. Fitnigianis drills the ball into Ostojic. Comes back to Martino. Into Vojdani and out of play. Browner trying to turn well. Somebody holding the ball there. Goes against South Fremantle. Victor Browner over the ball. Fitnigianis is back. Mason Vojdani made to retreat the required distance. Martino moves, comes back to Fitnigianis. Never got hold of that, just dragged it wide, and a timeout has been called by South Fremantle. So there will be a short break with just under 11 minutes remaining in this match. Brazajinga still leading by 2-0. Thiago Mesquita scoring in the 5th minute. Pedro Calazans in the 14th minute. South Fremantle have hit the post That has been really the closest they've come to causing any problems to Brazajinga's defence. Brazajinga won 15 and lost 3 in the season. South Fremantle won 11 and lost 7. Timeout coming to an end. All the young futsal players dash back to their seats on the far side. And Brazajinga will resume their pressure inside South Fremantle's half. The ball, though, will start with Del Rosso by the looks of things. He looks a little bit perplexed as to how he ended up with the ball, but accepts it nonetheless. Stefan Ostojic to Gunnarsson, gets it back, tries to turn past Victor Mezquita, unable to do so. Mezquita takes his time, feeds Browner, gets the ball back, clips the ball over the top, looking for the run of Fitney Giannis, and just unable to find him. It was a good ball. Gunnarsson looking for options. Good ball to the back post. Vojdani, Bernard saves once and then twice from the follow-up shot from Vojdani. It was a good ball from Gunnarsson. Solid header from Vojdani, but Sebastian Bernard in the right place to save for Brazajinga. Came into the side, replacing Daniel Barros in the number 1 shirt. Good header from Browner, back to Bernard. Had to stretch to get the ball away. His first touch wasn't the greatest. Martino draws the defence across to the left-hand side of the defensive side of the pitch. Giannis to Browner. Calling for it wide was Mezquita. Vojdani should win that one in the air, the giant of a man that he is. Gunnarsson and Browner, 2 captains. Well, decision goes against Brazajinga. They weren't happy with it. I have to say, I thought that came off Gunnarsson, was the last touch, but play continues. We're in the final 9 minutes of the match now. Vojdani, Fremantle need a goal, and they need it quickly. They've got to get 2 to take the game into extra time. And the more they push forward, the more pressure there is. Fitney Giannis with a soft header back to his keeper. Victor Mezquita back to Fitney Giannis. Browner, just Gunnarsson ahead, gets a little bit of space, fires a shot off it, deflects off Gunnarsson. Another corner to Brazajinga. Martino makes his way forward, called for the ball. Just it didn't come immediately, now he gets it. Calazans tries a shot with his right foot, stolen. Coming, looked to lay it out wide to Vojdani, but it was a key touch coming from Fitney Giannis again. That was a great opportunity going forward for South Fremantle. Zabonya to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson plays it straight into Calazans. Zabonya looks up, looks to clip a ball forward. Vojdani had to battle his way through to keep possession for South Fremantle, did well. Gunnarsson tries to get past Calazans, showed too much of the ball, and Calazans just used his body to shield it from Gunnarsson. Seven and a half minutes remaining. Gunnarsson deflected again, not where he wanted. Almost a great goal. 2 superb saves from Bernard. Well, one was a deflection, and then the other one was just outstanding as the ball ricocheted. It looked a certainty South Fremantle would score, and somehow his outstretched arm just took the ball away. So Bernard has certainly kept Brazajinga in this match. Clean sheet is fairly rare in futsal. Shot goes wide from Vojdani. He looks towards the skies, normally so lethal from that area. Bernard launches it forward. Calazans looking for Diego Garcia with a well-directed header, but it just was too high and went out of play. Garcia trying to claim it's a Brazajinga ball. Zabonya lifts it forward again. Diego Mesquita. Well, it's crucial they shoot. They've got a goal. Gunnarsson has got a goal back. Bernard and Tiago Mesquita colliding, and Gunnarsson, with an open goal at his mercy, makes it 2-1. South Fremantle have a lifeline. There are 6 minutes remaining. South Fremantle need to find a second goal. Garcia. Garcia gets the yellow card. I think that was for play acting. I have to say, I think that's actually good refereeing, because Garcia had the ball and he reversed into the defender, in my opinion. Calazans looking for Diego Mesquita, who would love to get a second goal and make amends for his little mix-up with his goalkeeper. Bernard will be frustrating. He's had a very good game, made some telling saves for Brazzajinga. Mesquita playing it across the front of his goal, and the bench none too happy. Gunnarsson losing possession. Diego Garcia to Calazans. Cross it comes, saved by Del Rosso with his feet, and eventually managing to get his hands on the ball. Diego Mesquita steals it back. Diego Garcia cuts infield. That time he was caught by Gunnarsson and wins the free kick rather. Well, a goal now as we enter the final 5 minutes of this second semi-final, you think would put the game to bed. Again, Fitney Giannis unable to get a right connection on the ball, scuffing it towards goal. Zabonya played it into the chest of Oscar Pitt. Calazans, good pass from him, finds Fitney Giannis, who turns Luke Tidy. Across it comes, but Pitt had run too far into the goal. Otherwise, he'd taken up an almost perfect position. Oscar Pitt, one feels for him, wearing the number 8. You go to Google his name, and all you get is stories about Oscar Pistorius. Oscar Pitt on the ball now. Garcia's first time pass finds Fitney Giannis. Garcia, strong challenge. Tidy does well to feed Vojdani. Ostojic to Tidy. Vojdani. Back to Tidy. Tidy always very calm on the ball. Zabonya back to Tidy, looking for a 1-2, doesn't get it. Stolen back by Brazzajinga. Tidy gets back and steals it away from Calazans as he was bearing down on goal. Decision goes the way of South Fremantle. They need to get on with this quickly. 3.5 minutes remaining. Zabonya in space, gets the ball from Tidy. Closed down quickly though. Tidy. Calazans was there, just played the ball behind Vojdani. Possession given away. Tidy, an experienced campaigner, just trying to calm his teammates down. Oscar Pitt to Browner. Browner just shimmies his hips, pulls away from Vojdani. Down the line goes Martino, plays it across, comes off Del Rosso. Del Rosso uses his head, tries to play it forward. Vojdani to Tidy, but he hurried his pass. Tidy had stopped his run, and it goes out of play. And Brazzajinga taking their time as the ball went out of the court completely. Marco Barciella, who was in imperious form for Murdoch Warriors and helped them book their place in the final tomorrow, was the ball retriever. Victor Browner to Diego Mesquita. Tidy trying to steal possession back for Fremantle. Strong challenge again, Mesquita. It's with Tidy. Across it comes, Vojdani. Well, he had the goal at his mercy and he pushed it past Bernard's left-hand post. That was a golden opportunity. 2 minutes remaining. Anthony Tutuntsis, the coach of South Fremantle, thought that was the opportunity for them to take the game into extra time. Zabonya looks to cut in on his left. Tidy stays calm. It's all about keeping possession. Vojdani has a shot. Deflection, and a corner has been given. Brasajinga not happy. Zabonya's made his way over. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Drilled across. Zabonya gets the ball back. Needs to keep possession. Tidy on the ball, looking for support. They pulled the goalkeeper. Gunnarsson gets it back. Gunnarsson looking for support. Narong is at the far post. Comes off Vojdani. Another corner to South Fremantle. 1 minute 15 seconds remaining in the match. Comes across. Zabonya drilled it. It hit Narong. It was a great shot. Victor Browner not happy. We've had a timeout called by Brasajinga with 1 minute 11 seconds on the clock. The score is 2-1 in favour of Brasajinga. This for a place in the final tomorrow against the Murdoch Warriors. Can South Fremantle conjure up a goal from somewhere? Have Brasajinga done enough? We will know in the next minute. Every opportunity, the kids come out from the stands and are on the pitch showing off their skills. The whistle goes, the timeout is over. They must retreat back to the stands. Some of them not so willing to do so. South Fremantle going to one final huddle. Can their coach spur them on to find a goal? Brasajinga make their way back out onto the pitch. 1 minute 11 seconds remaining in the second half. Brasajinga in white, leading by 2-1. Launch forward, Thiago Mesquita. Good header from him. Frank Del Rosso had to be alert, saved it, launched an attack quickly. Then he runs off the pitch. So it's all outward players for Fremantle. It's gone very, very quiet inside the venue here at the WA State Futsal Centre. Zabonya robbed at a crucial tackle. 52 seconds remaining. Gunnarsson looks to clip it across. Pedro Calazans deflects it out of play again. Calazans scored the second goal for Brasajinga. His goal may well be the difference between the two teams. Gunnarsson into Victor Browner, but it is a Brasajinga ball. Bernard launches it forward. Mesquita tries to jump, doesn't get it. Frank Del Rosso rolls it out to Luke Tidy. Luke Tidy looks across. 41 seconds remaining. Tidy has a wall of white players in front of him. Short pass to Gunnarsson. Gets it back from Gunnarsson. Goes out to Vojdani. Vojdani plays it across the pitch to Gunnarsson again. Zabonya across the goal. No one there for South Fremantle to get a touch. Well, it was a really good ball. Stefan Ostojic was in a good position. Still with South Fremantle. Thiago Mesquita puts the ball out of play. Gunnarsson plays it back to Tidy. Vojdani is out wide. Goes onto his left foot. Drills the shot forward. It comes up off Oscar Pitt. Played in from the side. 16 seconds remaining. Tidy down the line. Finds Zabonya. Across it comes. It's gone in. They've got a goal. Luke Tidy has taken South Fremantle into extra time. 11 seconds remaining. Well, who can believe it? It was a goal out of pretty much nothing. And once again, it looks as if we're going into extra time. Brasajinga shaking the head from Victor Browner. 11 seconds left on the clock. Have South Fremantle just saved their season? Brasajinga need a goal quickly. Diego Mesquita tries a shot, comes off Zabonya. It will be a corner. 3 seconds remaining. Played across. Del Rosso just blocks. Tidy plays it anywhere, and we're into extra time once more. 5 minutes each way it will be. The players go to get some drinks and also some advice from their coaching staff. The score at full time, though, in the second semi-final of the Nike WA State Futsal League is Brasajinga 2, South Fremantle 2. Welcome back to the WA State Futsal Centre in Bibra Lake, Western Australia. Well, the first semi-final went to extra time and the underdog, the Murdoch Warriors, defeated Cambio Cumbrae, the defending champions. Well, South Fremantle have taken this game into extra time as well, scoring with 11 seconds on the clock. Brazajinga looking a little bit dishevelled at the moment. Can they find a winner? Victor Browner's shot is blocked by Stefan Ostojic. They've got a corner straight away. Brazajinga were expected to win this game relatively easily. But Luke Tidy and a goal from Tobias Gunnarsson in the second half saw them come back from being 2-0 down to take this game into extra time. Tidy finds Cumming. Strong challenge through the back of Pedro Calazans. Calazans, though, gets the decision. Browner back to Calazans. Martino, normally lethal in front of goal. He's been playing a much more withdrawn role this evening. Diego Garcia holds the ball up well. Browner back to Garcia. Browner again. Cumming closes him down. Calazans shows, turns and shot, but never really got the power. Del Rosso launches it to Cumming. Cumming did, well, he had a lot to do, brought it under control. He's managed to get the ball from the side as it came off Martino. Martino's complaining. There's no doubt that came off of him. Gunnarsson. Ostojic robbed by Calazans. Calazans keeps possession. The two number 11s head to head. Browner with a little bit of space. Gunnarsson closes him down. Browner just tried to jink and get it onto his left foot, but ball rolled too far away from him on that occasion. He's carrying a thigh injury, so maybe that's why the tight control we normally see from Victor Browner not there this evening on that occasion. Victor Browner, who's played professionally in Italy and Brazil. Gunnarsson, robbed by Garcia. Pedro Calazans back to Browner. Garcia holds up well. Browner plays the ball out to Martino, gets it back. Garcia again, good control, reverses. Got in trouble for that a little bit earlier when he fell over, was penalised and got a yellow card. Calazans loves it on his right foot. Gunnarsson cut that out with relative ease. Crowd on the edge of their seats here at the State Futsal Centre. Garcia finds Calazans. Calazans shoots, but Del Rosso well placed. The pathology graduate from Murdoch University under the bar for South Fremantle. Gunnarsson. Cumming goes back to Del Rosso. Del Rosso didn't keep it in play. So it is a corner. We're in the final 2 minutes of this first period of extra time. Shot came in from Browner. Was always rising high and away from the goal. Zabonia comes on. Narong makes his way on. Also Vojdani. Tidy. Nata Narong leaves it for Tidy. That was a really short pass, and as he made his way forward, Narong apologises. Tidy had very little option but to just put the ball forward. Bernhard, who has had such a good game, will feel hard done by. It was a fortunate first goal for South Fremantle when he collided with his defender, but the second goal with 11 seconds remaining was not so good. Tidy has played it into Browner. Browner, well, Del Rosso saves, and he needed to. That would have been a key moment with 43 seconds remaining in the first half. Mesquita blocked by Vojdani. All it's going to take is one mistake. And you feel sorry for any player that is unfortunate enough to make that mistake. Narong taking his time, the bench telling him the clock is running down. 15 seconds. Zabonya back to Tidy. Zabonya pulls wide onto the right, Narong to the left. Zabonya clips the ball high to Tidy, brought down superbly. Closed down by Browner. The whistle goes. It should be a straight turnaround. All the players, though, making their way over to the side. Should be absolutely no break. They're switching halves quickly. Brazajinga making their way out onto the pitch. Quick slurp of some water, some refreshment. Bernard under the goal. Luke Tidy getting some refreshment too. Frank Del Rosso makes his way slowly out to the goal, then checks and comes back to hear the final words of advice from the coach of South Fremantle. Brazajinga are out there waiting, showing their purpose straight away. Victor Browner just rubbing his thigh, the right leg heavily strapped. Vojdani and Zabonya get us underway. Final 5 minutes before we go to penalties. Browner gets possession, closed down, strong and hard. Vojdani to Zabonya. That was a key touch. Well, maybe it wasn't a touch from Fitney Giannis. It was just the intent of a touch that saw him win the ball for his team. I think the referee again got that one right. Narong just a little bit of a push in the back. Browner with Zabonya in front of him. Comes off. Did it come on? No, it didn't come off Zabonya. So it will be a South Fremantle ball. Tidy to Vojdani. Narong helps it forward. Zabonya, well, that was audacious back heel. Went into Browner. Don't think he knew that much about it. Zabonya tries a shot into Fitney Giannis, who claims the ball rebounded off Zabonya. Referee feels otherwise. A bit of a push. Zabonya did well to get that ball into the goal area. Martino at times can have dazzling footwork, and Del Rosso did well to read that. Came off the head of Luke Tidy. Zabonya back to Tidy. Oh, and that's hit Tidy in a very untidy place. And he's down, and that will have hurt. Being helped to his feet, but immediately goes back down on his haunches. Just needs a couple of seconds to make sure everything's okay and get his wind back. There's a young lady laughing on the far side of the pitch. I can assure her it's no laughing matter. At least Luke Tidy able to laugh about it now. It is a corner though for Brazajinga, so he's going to have to get back to defensive duties pretty quickly. They're going to get to retake it. Victor Browner just taking it a few seconds before the whistle was blown for the recommencement of play. Comes back to Browner. Super ball from him to Martino. What a save that was from Del Rosso to deny Garcia. Don't think he knew a great deal about it, but credit to him, his positioning was superb. Then he nearly played his team into massive amounts of trouble. Tidy doing him a real mouthful as he dropped the ball to him with Garcia lurking. Browner can't be given space around the area. Closed down well by Tidy. Fitney Giannis back to Browner. Browner keeps it in play. Fitney Giannis inside of the post. The ball ricochets out. Well, we talked about South Fremantle hitting that post earlier in the match, meaning that might have cost them the game. Will that be the case for Brazajinga? Martino to the back post. Fitner-Giannis finally connects, but he connects and lifts the ball into the roof of the stadium. Two and a half minutes remaining in this semi-final. Vojdani looked as if it came off his arm. It's ricocheted clear. Cleaned up in the end by Diego Garcia. Well, another mix-up at the back for Brazzajinga. Thrown forward, Zabonya, good header from him, found Vojdani. Gunnarsson looking for options. Clips the ball forward. Tidy brings it down again, brilliantly away from Martino. Gunnarsson is in there with a challenge. Shoots just wide. Had Sebastian Bernard scrambling across his goal. And all of the South Fremantle bench were up in the air thinking that was heading for goal. Martino back to Browner. Browner under pressure from Vojdani, just pushes off him. Gunnarsson closes him down. Every tackle getting a rousing applause from the South Fremantle bench. 1 minute 20 seconds remaining. Martino finds Diego Garcia. Brazzajinga looked to have this in the bag at halftime, leading 2-0. Just could not find that third goal, and now they're in the second period of extra time. Gunnarsson, Zabonya manages to just clear it away. We're in the final minute. Is it going to be a shootout? Calazan scored the second, opens up to get a shot away. Gunnarsson, telling tackle. So too coming in from Zabonya. Mario Zabonya just getting the ball away once more. Martino has given it away to Tidy. Tidy to Vojdani. Vojdani drills the ball into Diego Garcia. Zabonya plays it wide to Gunnarsson. Tidy back to Gunnarsson. 30 seconds remaining. Vojdani, two Brazzajinga players in front. Comes back to Gunnarsson. Calazans is there. Tidy's there, but Browner gets the decision. Martino back to Browner. Needs something special. 22 seconds. Diego Garcia feeds Martino. Gunnarsson gets a foot in. Garcia gets a foot in. Drills it into Gunnarsson. Patience there. Browner. Brilliant tackle. Browner going forward. Lays it out wide. Calazans. What a touch that was from Del Rosso. That could be the match winner. If they win a shootout, that will be the save everyone will talk about. Calazans trying to feed the ball back to Browner, and it was just fingertips from Frank Del Rosso. Martino lays it down to Browner. 9 seconds remaining. Bernard needs to launch it forward quickly. He's taking his time. 5 seconds. Vojdani heads it back. Tidy, will he have the last say? The whistle goes, and that is the end of the match. 2 goals apiece. Still drama to come in this second semi-final. Well, it's anybody's guess now who will come out on top. Final score after full time and extra time. Brazzajinga 2, South Fremantle 2. Well, welcome back to the WA State Futsal Centre. Second semi-final has gone to a penalty shootout. Brazajinga, well, they took the lead in the 5th minute through Tiago Mesquita. They went 2-0 up, courtesy of Pedro Calazans in the 14th minute. And then it was a collision in defence from Sebastian Bernard and Tiago Mesquita that saw Tobias Gunnarsson pull the goal back for South Fremantle. And then with 11 seconds left in normal time, Luke Tidy managed to beat Bernard and take it into extra time. There were no goals in extra time, and so we find ourselves in a penalty shootout to decide who will play Murdoch Warriors in the final tomorrow. Toss of the coin between the two captains taking place down on the pitch. Tobias Gunnarsson shaking hands, Victor Browner. Good to see some smiles down there on the pitch. It is, after all, it is a semi-final, but it is just a game. But it's an important game. South Fremantle will be really pleased that they've managed to get to this point. Really encouraging signs for them as a club and a team. It's now all down to Frank Del Rosso. Will face the first penalty from Fitnigianis. So just a quick word with the goalkeepers. It's just all to do with where their feet must be. Frank Del Rosso. Deep knee bends from him. And he's doing a bit of the grobbler of old. Fitnigianis, though, makes absolutely no mistake and drills that high into the roof of the net. Next up is Momo Galami. So Galami to try and put South Fremantle on level terms. Not quite sure what the conversation was all about there. Momo Galami manages to beat Bernard. Bernard went the right way, but it went underneath him. No smile from Galami. Serious character, but he's done the business. Diego Garcia will now face Frank Del Rosso. Del Rosso rolls the ball out slowly. Garcia places it on the spot. Ball just wanting to roll off that spot. Garcia told to bring it back behind the spot. And now it wants to roll to the left-hand side of the spot. Almost staying on the spot this time. The officials are happy. Garcia walks backwards. Eyes only for the ball. Looks up at the goal quickly. Shoots. Well, that was very close to Del Rosso. It was just the power that beat him. Good to see the two keepers shaking hands as they exchange places. Mason Vojdani looks down at the ball, deep breath exhaled, and it's saved by Bernard. So Vojdani misses. Brazajinga have a 1-goal lead at the moment. Pedro Calazans has to go and pick up the ball, which had ricocheted into the far corner. He places the ball carefully on the spot. Again, it wants to roll away. Finally, he's happy with the spot. Bernard cannot watch. Calazans comes forward. Shoots. Calazans buries it. And Brazajinga are in the final. Brazajinga will meet Murdoch Warriors in tomorrow's final of the Nike WA State Futsal League. The match here, the second semi-final, finished 2 goals apiece between Brazajinga and South Fremantle. But in a shootout, the final score was Brazajinga 3, South Fremantle 1. Brazajinga progressed to the final.